So friends, do we think Senate Republicans will stand strong against the absurd Trump pick of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General? Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, just a quick video today to discuss the current state of affairs regarding the Senate Republicans allegedly standing up to Donald Trump. So we're saying there's a chance? Let's start with the new reporting. This from NBC News. Headline: a majority of Senate Republicans doubt Matt Gaetz will be confirmed as Attorney General, sources say. And that article reads, in part, more than half of Senate Republicans, including some in senior leadership positions, privately say they don't see a path for former Representative Matt Gaetz to be confirmed as Attorney General and would not support him to lead the Department of Justice, according to multiple people who spoke to NBC News on the condition of anonymity. NBC News spoke to more than 15 additional Republican sources who agreed that there are not enough votes in the Senate to confirm Matt Gaetz, and some estimated that closer to 30 Republicans consider him unqualified. When the president-elect initially publicized his pick, many Republicans, except for House Speaker Mike Johnson, who got a heads up from Trump, were in complete shock. In his few terms in the House, Gaetz has often been embroiled in controversy. And regarding the House of Representatives' ethics investigation and report into Matt Gaetz' misconduct, that members of the Senate said, oh no, we need to see that if we're even going to consider Gaetz' nomination. Here's what one Republican senator said: I don't want there to be any limitation at all on what the Senate can consider. Senator John Cornyn told reporters at the Capitol this week when asked whether the Senate Judiciary Committee should be privy to the report. And friends, this is probably the most important sentence of the entire article regarding what these Republican senators are saying anonymously, behind closed doors, without putting their names or their necks out there for Donald Trump to step on. Republicans who oppose Gaetz now could still ultimately vote to confirm him when the time comes, especially if pressure from Trump mounts. Okay, friends, so first of all, nobody has ever made any money placing a bet on the bravery of Senate Republicans, right? That's a sucker's bet. But the Senate actually bucked Donald Trump, shot him down in their first act after the election. What was that? Well, Donald Trump wanted Rick Scott to be Senate Majority Leader. And there were 3 people in the running for that position. And when the Republican senators voted, Rick Scott, Donald Trump's pick, came in dead last. And the Senate elected John Thune to be Senate Majority Leader. So might that be the Senate Republicans showing, if not an entire spine, at least maybe sprouting a vertebra or two? No, because that was a secret vote behind closed doors, so presumably Donald Trump doesn't know who was with him and who was against him. So friends, maybe one of the first true signs of Senate independence, whether the senators have any interest in protecting their own constituents and the American people as a whole, protecting them against Donald Trump's unqualified, ill-suited, and frankly downright dangerous cabinet picks, like Matt Gaetz and Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth, for gosh sakes, for Secretary of Defense, maybe one of the first true signs will be whether the senators fold and bow down to dear leader, or whether they actually show some patriotism and some concern for the safe functioning of our democracy. Now, friends, you've probably heard me say before that I'm not a gambling man. I am not a high roller. $1 is my betting limit. I'm not sure I would place a nickel on the Republicans rising to the challenge, meeting the moment, opposing dear leader and these reckless, dangerous cabinet picks he has been floating, and doing what's right by their own constituents and by the American people. Not sure I would lay a nickel of my max $1 bet on that, but I sure hope that now that the Senate Republicans are comfortably in office, whether for 2 years or 6 years, now that they no longer have to check their spines at the door to make sure they don't anger Donald Trump and thereby alienate Donald Trump's base. I mean, it is the cowardice of the Senate Republicans that, has brought us to this place. But now they will comfortably be in office. They don't have to bow down to Donald Trump for fear he will turn his base against them and they will lose their power and position, because it really was only two Republicans, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, who announced to the world by their decisions and by their course of conduct that democracy was more important than their job security. Maybe now that the Senate Republicans feel like they're not at risk of being voted out of office based on Donald Trump turning his base against them, maybe, just maybe, they can stand up, they can do the right thing, they can push back, they can insist on qualified cabinet picks. Conservatives, though they will undoubtedly be, qualified cabinet picks. Let's hope to these senators that, having a functioning government that protects the American people, to them, like justice, matters. Friends, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.